Pioneer.
Yo, what's going on guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today guys, a bit of a different video. We're going to be talking about evil today, and we're going to be talking about probably one of the strongest formations that I've come across in 2.0 so far. My last season was pretty quiet on evil, but we're versing a lot of evil in Angmar this season. And as you can see, I got absolutely destroyed. So today we're going to go over this amazing formation build and see just how crazy it is. We all know my formation. We know that I'm very strong and stuff like that with my gear and stuff. For example, Zenith level 11 Dane there with really good gear, gold gear and stuff like that. Respect level 8 Bjorn. And then we have a Zenith level 1 Gandalf the White. And then we have Gilgalad, who's a Respect 5 with all quite decent gold gear. So we're going to go over why we got destroyed, look at his gear, his stats, everything like that. So let's get into it. So yeah, I call this guy Mewtwo. So as you can see, the huge step is Sauron. Sauron is absolutely OP. So if we click on him, you can see that he's using the Dragoons that are very tanky. You can have a look at his gear. He has all gold, including the reins here, which is very interesting. So he's gone with an initiative build because that is the important thing. So he is Zenith level 9 here. So he's gone with the Obsidian Dagger, like what I kind of have on my Gandalf the White, increasing focus with initiative. He does have agility as well, which increases initiative as well. So he's gone with the full initiative build, which is very smart. He has the Tracker Plate, which also increases initiative by another 3. Unit attack and defense as well. Then we can have a look. He's got the High Elf's Helmet. So he's definitely been an NRP player before, or definitely because he's got all of this gear and stuff like that, and he's definitely got a mixture. He couldn't have got that gear that fast. So more initiative here with the High Elves of 6, and then we have the Reins, which give initiative plus 6 as well. So he's getting huge amounts of extra initiative, which is the key point. His damage levels 36 to 38, 6700 and 73 HP. Command of 410 is very good. His focus levels aren't that high, but he's gone with the initiative route. He's using the skills of Deceiver, damage received by 3 enemy formations plus 10%. At level 5, before the battle begins, has a 35% chance to inflict madness, very strong, especially against my damage dealers if it does inflict like my Dane. Level 10, damage received by targets affected by madness, plus 5%. Alright, he's got 1 point into Lord of the Gifts, which is a little bit of focus damage, and does have a chance to inflict madness once again. Has 8 points into the Gorthor, which does a lot of focus damage to one formation, but it also has a 50% chance to inflict stun for 2 rounds, which is very strong. And then we have the enemy, which attack defensive focus of 3 enemy commanders minus 15%. Is also immune to stun, so it makes it very good against the Gandalf and stuff like that. And level 10 stat reduction affects 4 enemy commanders. So yeah, super build. He is built to outspeed like the Gandalf the Whites, and that on the good side in that. The Dragoons, as you can see, with his gear, attack of 1 and 6 is very good, initiative 13, and defense of 100, very good. Also with march speed of the Dragoons at A, he's going to be outspeeding everyone, and it's going to be really good because he's going to beat like Gandalf the White's White Council, for example. Next, we've got one of his very big damage dealers here. So we've got the Shadow here at a Zenith level 1. Almost full refined level gold gear here, using the Blazing Tongue, which increases commander's attack very good and focus. So we have a full stat up here of 207 attack damage, which is very good. The Warborn Battleplate, so a pretty good defense as well of 87 there, with the Warborn Battleplate helping there as well as the cast. I use these kind of bits of gear. And then of course he's got the Palantir, which increases attack by 48, which is crazy, plus an extra 10 as well, because it's full refined. Of course, he's going to have Undertaker, which is very good. It's going to do the physical damage. And then he's going to have his R5, Shape of Void, which gives a chance to do dual blows or follow-up. Then he's got an extra 6 points into Hunting Expert, which increases the attack with a stack up to 5 times. And then at level 5 gets Initiative, which is very good as well. And then this has 1 point in the Black Numenorian as well, which is a tiny bit of focus damage, but that will all stack as well with the follow-up. Using tier 4 Vanguards here that are very good, medium-sized unit, 35 to 40 damage. Attack 60, initiative 4. HP is pretty tanky at 85 and 80 defense. So yeah, these guys are pretty tanky. You can see they got physical damage reduction. And that's with undead and that. They can get extra buffs and that, but it wasn't really working in the effects of this battle. His next one, who's really good, we have here. He is very good, Cestaro. As you can see, his damage of 55 to 57 is fantastically good. Pretty tanky at 7700 HP. Command very low, but you can see his focus of 267 is very strong. You can see the kind of gear that he's working on, focus gear, as well as he has evasive action. So for the first 3 rounds, the formation's damage will receive reduction of 20%. Also using Dragoons once again because they're super tanky. Using things like Elven Cloak for the focus and defense stats. 69 defense, not too bad either with that higher focus. We've got the Grey Wizard hat, which is super strong. I use that on my Gandalf the White. And then he also has the Morgul Staff as well, which is Cestaro's special equipment, or the relic I should say, which gives a lot of extra buffs and that to HP, focus, defense and that. With Curse Weaver, the commander's 40% chance for focus damage dealt plus 4.1 when dealing focus damage. So he does a lot of focus damage there, pretty strong. I noticed as well, with his Sauron, he does not have the relic yet, which is quite interesting. I've seen there. And also, the same with the Shadow. Maybe he just doesn't have the Mithril at the moment. I'm not 100% sure why he's not running those. And then, the last one. Now, Sauron, we got Sauron there. Saurman, they work really good in unison and that. Really good. This is a really good evil lineup here. So, we've got Saurman here with the Vanguards once again. And as you can see, this one is off the chain. Full max gold, refined, everything. And that kind of makes sense why he doesn't have any of the other relics now, because he has a max refined here, so he's used all this Mithril here on his Dark Staff of Power, getting huge amount of buffs there. Commander's normal attacks inflict additional 120% focus damage. So we've got a full Obsidian Dagger completely maxed out with the Law of Arcane set. We have the Berserker's Raiment. Pretty crazy strong here. Burn, poison, and focus damage dealt plus 5% with the Lord of Arcane. So it's going to be increasing the focus with all of that extra refinement as well of 228 focus. Using skills such as of many colors, which does a lot of focus damage to one enemy of 380%. Level 5 deals poison damage. Level 10, the same amount of burn damage. We also have Voice of Saurman, which deals more focus damage of 540% to 1, with a 50% chance to inflict madness, which is even good because it's going to work with Sauron's madness as well. And then 8 points into Sharky, which the attack and defense of Orcs, Uruk-hai, and Evilmen units and allied formations plus 8. This is modified by the command stat. He has decent command at 202. Level 5, which he does have, gets initiative for the target as well. So it is super strong there. If we just go back and as well as that, so you can see you got the Cestaro once again. You can see that his skills, because I talked about his skills before, he deals 160% focus damage as well. I just wanted to show you as Saurman first, because he does a lot of focus damage, and then you come back and you'll see that it's also going to stack as well with Cestaro's more focus damage from Spellseeker. Then he uses Nazgul, which does even more focus damage, which deals, for the first 2 rounds, 400% focus damage once to 2 enemy formations. Level 5 effect deals 200% poison damage, and level 10 for the first 2 rounds has a 30% chance to inflict stun, which is very good as well. Lord of the West deals 150% focus damage to 2 enemy formations. Level 5, a 20% chance to deal the same amount of focus damage once again. And level 10 of focus damage dealt plus 3%. So, as you can see there, you've got a really good physical damage commander here. With the Shadow, with Cestaro and Saurman with a huge focus damage, which is very hard to avoid. As well as Sauron's Initiative and Madness. It is a super good lineup. And as you can see from the battle, I got absolutely destroyed. I only did 117,000 to nearly 300,000 damage, got completely wiped. As you can see from the breakdowns, everything killed there. And as you can see, I hardly was able to land much damage whatsoever. So that initiative on Sauron is very strong. I was under-leveled a little bit, but it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. But yeah, guys, that is one of the ideal evil formation setups and lineups that I wanted to show you. One of the strongest if not strongest, that I've bumped into 2.0 so far. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, seeing a bit more of the evil side for once. So until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch you guys later. See yous.
Thousands songs of the EJU army. Yeah, you guys are legends to me, so let's keep on.